welcome back to Sissy Spaces. In today's video, we're continuing with our spring cleaning motivation by deep cleaning, restocking, and organizing the kitchen. We're also cooking a different breakfast recipe than others previously shared, and it wouldn't be a Sissy Spaces video without laundry motivation. So if you enjoy this type of content, continue watching. And if you're new to my channel, at the end of the video, please remember to hit that like, subscribe button and share this channel with your family and friends. And if you've already subscribed, you know that hitting that like button, as well as watching the video to the end, really supports my channel. My family believes breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so I try to always ensure there are breakfast items readily available when needed. Instead of the usual breakfast of chicken-flavored grits with scrambled eggs and bacon, the family wanted Belgian waffles instead with their scrambled eggs and bacon, and I was happy to oblige. I hadn't cooked waffles in many months, so I needed to relearn how to use the Presto Belgian waffle maker that I ordered from Amazon many years ago. By the way, if you're interested in the Belgian waffle recipe, I use the one on the back of the Bisquick box, and I'll have the waffle maker linked in my description box. To correctly use this waffle maker after it heats up, you're supposed to set your timer to 4 minutes, add your batter, and rotate the waffle maker 180 degrees so the waffle can cook evenly. These waffles didn't turn out perfectly, but they were delicious nevertheless. They're pretty thick when done, and because of that, you only need one serving per person. In my opinion, the most difficult part of using this waffle maker is cleaning it. According to the cleaning instructions, you're supposed to brush any loose crumbs from the waffle grid and then wipe the grids with a paper towel or cloth. I instead use my non-abrasive damp scrub daddy to clean it and then dry between each grid with a kitchen towel. It's time consuming because you have to clean and dry between each grid, but if you don't do this, food particles will remain behind, which can cause bacteria to grow. And you definitely want to remove an excess oil because it can turn rancid and spoil the taste of your next batch of waffles. It's recommended not to use cooking oil, but I do every time. Just be sure to completely remove any oil residue before storing. After scrambling these eggs, I was ready to sit down and enjoy breakfast, but Max, my fur baby, had other plans. He believes that whenever someone is eating, he should be doing the same, and he just ate breakfast. So in order to eat in peace, I filled his Kong Wobbler treat dispenser with hard food. He absolutely loves this toy because he entertains himself by pushing it around, and by doing so, it allows small amounts of food to be dispensed. This simple treat toy will entertain him for hours. And if you ever hear any tapping in the background, more than likely it's Max playing with this toy. Breakfast is done and leftovers are stored in the fridge, which means I can finally deep clean this kitchen. I plan to purchase groceries later, so I definitely need to clean the fridge and pantry. But I also want to clean the blind and window located above the sink. But first, let's clear the dishes out of the sink, load the dishwasher, and place a Cascade tablet in it so everyone knows the dishes in the dishwasher are dirty. I washed and dried the larger items by hand as the scrambled eggs cooked, which means I had less to clean after eating. My oldest son also removed the large chunks of eggs that were splattered on the cooktop, so I only need to clean the cooktop with non-bleach Clorox wipes versus scrubbing it with a sponge and Dawn Power Wash. I'm not going to clean the sink after clearing the dishes because as I clean the fridge, any empty storage containers can be placed in the sink to soak, making it easier to clean later. By the way, thank you guys for all the positive comments on my last video. I wasn't going to mention this stroke, but I did say when I started this channel that I was going to be as transparent as possible. I believe the stroke I experienced 10 years ago was caused by stress. According to my neurologist, stress is one of the biggest killers out there because it causes the heart to work harder, increasing blood pressure, sugar, and fat levels in the blood. These things in turn can increase the risk of clots forming and traveling to the heart or brain, causing a heart attack or a stroke. This is one of the reasons why I retired at the age of 50, and it continues to be one of the most difficult but best decisions I've ever made. I removed the blinds above the sink to clean them because I'm thinking it would be much easier to clean them this way versus trying to clean them while hanging. The last time I cleaned these blinds, I tried wiping them down while hanging and almost fell in the sink several times and did break the dish soap dispenser. I was going to have hubby or one of the boys remove them, but didn't feel like waiting for them to return home, so I did it myself. Removing them was easy, but I almost fell in the sink again trying to replace them. I found that as I age, cleaning is becoming more and more dangerous every day. As you can see, I'm using a microfiber cloth dipped in a mixture of Dawn dish detergent and water to clean these blinds. You can also try using 1 part water to 1 part vinegar, which creates a germ-killing solution. But if your blinds are not as dingy like mine, soap and water will do just fine removing the dirt and grease. The key is wiping all the slats with the solution and drying it thoroughly. It took me less than 30 minutes to clean both sides of the blinds. In my opinion, the easiest way to clean your blinds is to vacuum and dust them regularly. I hate to admit it, I haven't been doing this. So that's why today I had to remove them and wipe them by hand. I figured since I already removed the blind, this would be the perfect opportunity to clean the window. My goal next month is to clean all the windows in our home. But by doing this one today, that's one less window I need to worry about. Remember, this month we're cleaning all the doors, and after windows next month, walls in the month of May. After cleaning this window, my plan is to deep clean the fridge using a clean microfiber cloth dipped in a fresh mixture of Dawn dish detergent and water. But first I was saying prayers as I was replacing the blind while standing on the counter. I was wearing my non-skid socks, but the grip was not that great. I was thinking while I was up there that this was not a good idea, because if I fall, no one is around to help, and I was using my phone to record the video. Max, my baby, was watching, and I'm sure if I had fallen, he would have barked until I was up, because for some reason he doesn't like it if I'm sitting too long. But I promised myself not to ever do this again unless hubby or the boys are around, or have them do it instead. I think I used 6 different microfiber cloths and changed the water in this island sink at least 3 times today. I'm always worried about cross-contamination as I clean, and that's one of the reasons why I recorded myself washing my hands a few weeks ago to see if I'm being careful. Some of the things I do to prevent cross-contamination is to use different microfiber cloths when cleaning different surfaces, wear gloves while cleaning the toilet, and wash my hands as much as possible. I also try to always deep clean one room completely before moving on to another. These tips, as well as knowing your touch points, in other words, highly touched areas, is important to prevent cross-contamination. A family member suggested I give these soups a try. I've made different types of soups in the past, but it's not one of my family favorites, and it gets discarded after only a few weeks. I love eating soup because its warm liquid consistency helps stimulate my body's digestive tract, and it's a great way to stay hydrated and full throughout the day. These are from Walmart, and they come in 6 different flavors. They're made by Market Side, and each costs less than $4. I'm going to try each one over the next week and let you know my thoughts. Although not shown here, I did rinse the microfiber cloth after cleaning a couple of the shelves, and I cleaned the sink in between making a fresh batch of soapy water. I consider cleaning this fridge a huge success today because I removed and replaced the drawers without breaking anything and was very careful not to bend the soft close mechanism on the crisper drawers. By the way, we're not cleaning the fridge door shelves today because they were cleaned a few weeks ago, or the freezer because everything is bagged, and the family and I have been very careful not to spill anything when returning it. I must admit, the refrigerator shelves were not that bad at all because I clean and inventory the fridge weekly before restocking it. So today's fridge clean was a breeze. I'm being very careful not to bend the soft close mechanism that I mentioned earlier because they are a pain to replace. And as I inventory, I'm happy to see that today's grocery haul will be a small one because we're only low on a few things. After cleaning under this drawer, we'll replace it, then grab a Swiffer duster. I found out last week that I've been using the Swiffer duster all wrong. Deborah read the box and it says fluff the dust pad before using. Thanks, Deborah, because since then I've been fluffing away. I'm grabbing a Swiffer duster in order to dust my upper kitchen cabinets, and these Swiffer duster pads do a great job at that. The thousands of dirt-locking fibers on the dusters ensure that dust isn't stirred around, but picked up and locked in. They were already working well without fluffing them, so I'm excited to see how well they work now that they are fluffed. After dusting this vent hood, I noticed how much dirt and grease had gathered on this shelf. Using Dawn dish detergent and warm water cleaned it right up, and since I was already up there, I cleaned the vent cover as well. These are raised panel cabinet doors. In other words, it's a cabinet door with a center panel that is a little higher than the surrounding wood. Raised panel cabinet doors are very popular because they can be used in both traditional and modern kitchen designs. They're pretty but require more maintenance than other door styles because the dirt and grime can get embedded in the crevices between the recessed edges and raised center sections. I clean them in stages by dusting them first, then wiping them clean with a damp microfiber cloth. But before doing that today, I want to clean the exterior of my other appliances. Instead of using stainless steel cleaner, you can use a microfiber cloth dipped in hot water. I have done that before, but it does require a lot more elbow grease. If you choose to use water though, please ensure you're wiping in the direction of the striations on the surface of your stainless steel appliance. That's why I use the Wyman stainless steel cleaner. So that's one less thing I need to worry about. I have removed the knobs on this cooktop before to clean them, but I no longer do this because I lost a spring on one of the control knobs. The purpose of the spring is to keep the control knob in its correct position and help the cooktop function effectively. It took months to find the correct size spring, and because of that, I'll never remove the knobs on this cooktop again. This is one of the hardest stainless steel appliances on the exterior to keep clean. Right after I finished wiping it down and it was all shiny and pretty, my oldest son opened it and left fingerprints under the handles. I am aware this was going to happen, but not within 5 minutes after I cleaned it. Whenever things like this happen though, I remind myself that nothing lasts forever, so enjoy it while it lasts. I should have taken a picture of it. My son did feel bad and tried wiping his fingerprints off. But if you've ever used stainless steel cleaner before, you know once it dries and you try spraying it again, the shine becomes uneven, which means you would need to wipe the entire appliance down again. I told him not to worry about it because I will be cleaning it again next week anyway. This is a sharp microwave drawer and it has a lot of space on the interior. During our kitchen remodel, when choosing appliances, I wanted a microwave that was large enough on the interior for casserole dishes, easy to clean, with multiple cooking functions to choose from. This microwave fits the bill except for the easy to clean, because you have to bend down to wipe the interior upper portion of it. Today we're only cleaning the exterior though, but I have found an easier way to clean the interior. I heat a bowl of water on high, which allows the steam to loosen up the hard food particles, and then I just wipe it clean. I removed everything off the counters because I'm thinking of decorating them. I plan to purchase groceries later anyway, so I figured I would look for some decor as well. I've already have wood cutting boards, artwork, and vases, so I just need to find a smaller frame and stems. By the way, I'm thinking of purchasing a bread maker. I like the idea of having fresh bread and would love to try out new bread recipes. I saw this one made by Frigidaire at our local Walmart for $79.98 last week, and I can't stop thinking about it. Do you have a bread maker, and if so, would you recommend it? It was so much easier cleaning these counters after removing everything off of it. I only do this once per year, but may do it more often. Usually I just move the appliances around and clean them. But after today, I think removing everything first is much easier and quicker. Three months ago, I removed these vent hood grease traps, soaked them in hot soapy water for hours, and then scrubbed them by hand. Boy, did I feel foolish when my mom asked me why didn't I place them in the dishwasher. I try to clean the exhaust fan of my vent hood every 3 months, but now that I'm aware I can place these grease traps in the dishwasher, I'm cleaning it more often. By the way, it is recommended that you do this at least every 3 months. I'm using a microfiber cloth dipped in a mixture of Dawn dish detergent and hot water. You don't need any special cleaners to remove the dirt and grease from your exhaust fan. Dawn dish detergent and water works just fine. I would usually start a load of laundry first thing after making my bed, but I was waiting for the boys to gather the towels. I refuse to gather laundry today because I'm going to need to conserve all my energy in order to truly deep clean, and some may say spring clean, this kitchen. There were a lot of grease splatters on the side of this cabinet, so after wiping it with this microfiber cloth, I used a Scrub Daddy non-abrasive sponge to remove all the grease spots. Then I followed it up with the Pledge wood oil. I was also very careful not to spray any of the Weinmann's Granite and Stone cleaner into the outlets. By the way, if you're not using the Weinmann's brand of cleaners, I recommend that you give it a try. They're budget friendly and they work. Once we're done cleaning this area, we'll begin planning how to decorate this kitchen. I'm a very practical person, so I will be returning the items that the family uses most often and only decorating the areas that are left empty. The family and I also don't like a lot of stuff sitting on the counters, so the decorations will be minimal at best. I decided the only small kitchen appliance that's not used very often was the KitchenAid stand mixer, so I'll decorate this spot only. I began by placing the charcuterie boards I only use once per year as my first decor piece. Then I'll add a photo, vase, and spring stems. After trying several of my vases and artwork I currently own, I realized none of it worked, so I definitely need to look for some decor while at Walmart later this evening. The outer counters are done, so now it's time to clean this island. I also want to clean all the cabinet and drawer doors of the island. I cleaned the outer lower cabinet and drawer doors a month ago, but not the island, so we will definitely do this today. After replacing this serving dish that I used to hold fruit, I realized that it needs to be cleaned. It was filthy, and I'm ashamed to say I really don't remember the last time I cleaned it. Once I removed it though, I then thought about putting a large arrangement of flowers in its place. And again, I'll check to see what Walmart has later this evening. It's now time to clean the island cabinet and drawer doors. To get started, I've made a fresh batch of warm soapy water and I have a clean microfiber cloth. I began by wiping the cabinets down while on my knees, but realized this was not going to work and graduated to the floor. I cleaned each section of one cabinet at a time, ensuring I cleaned between the crevices. It was a good idea to dust them first because the grime in between the crevices and on the cabinets were easy to remove. It did take me hours to do this, and it's because I paused to put our load of towels in the dryer and took a quick lunch break. I ate the potato soup that I mentioned earlier, and it was okay. I plan to try my family member's favorite soup tomorrow, which is a chicken chowder soup. And of course, I'll let you know my thoughts. By the way, these are white cabinets with a brown glaze applied on top. I try to clean them at least twice per year. When they were first installed, I would spray them down with Pledge, but quickly realized this was not good for the glaze. So my pantry cabinets have a slight color difference than the rest of the kitchen cabinets. It's unnoticeable to those that are not in here every day, but the family and I can tell the difference. I also tried using vinegar and water, but realized a mixture of Dawn dish detergent and water worked just fine. I mentioned this before, but I do wash me and hubby's towels separate from the boys', which means it's a lighter load each time. When washing towels, it's always a good idea to not overload the washing machine. I've read that a typical front-loading washing machine can hold around 7 bath towels, and a top-loading machine can hold around 10. Also, it's recommended you should use less detergent because using too much can cause your towels to become stiff. Finally, when washing towels, use the regular or normal cycle because these cycles have a faster spin and longer washing time, which means they do a better job of removing dirt and bacteria from the fabric fibers of the towel. Our LG washer has a towel function that I use, and I always add an additional spin and drain cycle to the load, which shortens the drying time. As I was working my way around the kitchen, several thoughts were running through my head. The first one was my marathon video. I was planning to post this video Wednesday, but there was a problem with the download, and it finally posted at 3 p.m. on Friday, which was not in the plans. My second thought was, what am I going to make for dinner? Because I forgot to thaw any meat from the freezer, so I may purchase something on the way home from Walmart. And my third and final thought was decor for the kitchen. The only time I add decor to this kitchen is at Christmas time, and it's always to the same spots. So the area that I place the charcuterie boards on may be a challenge. By the way, how are you doing? Did you do anything this past week you want to share? Also, do you have any future plans? The family and I are doing well, but Max is again having some slight digestive issues. So I made an appointment to have it checked out. I read that some digestive issues in dogs are caused by allergies, and the common types of allergies are drug, food, and contact dermatitis. Another reason Max may have digestive issues is due to dietary changes. And finally, digestive issues in dogs can be caused by a lack of fiber. But until he's officially checked out, I'm going to continue to provide him with plenty of water and a bland diet of chicken and rice flavored dog food from Digestive Health. We're almost done wiping down the cabinetry, and after that, we'll replace the range hood exhaust fan grease traps. I also want to clean the eat-in area and vacuum and mop these floors. I had planned to clean the formal dining room, but ran out of time on this day due to my grocery run. Now that our kitchen counters, cabinets, and appliances are clean, we can clean the kitchen eat-in area. I want to start by dusting the blinds and window sills. I've done a good job of maintaining these blinds, unlike the ones over the sink, because these blinds are low, thus easier to reach. I've made it a habit to always dust them when I clean the table, and I try to clean the table at least once per week. So unlike the other blinds within our home, these blinds are new. We purchased them over the holidays because the previous blinds had a hole in them and they were yellow versus white due to sun exposure. They did last a long time, about 20 years, and I'm hoping these will do the same. When we first purchased this home, I wanted to replace these 2-inch wood blinds with plantation shutters, but was quoted a $25,000 price, which is not in the budget. So instead, we decided to replace the old blinds as needed. Before using any cleaning products on this door and the cabinet located behind the bar stools, I want to dust them first. I'm not going to clean the cabinet behind the bar stools because I did that a few weeks ago, but I am going to take my time and thoroughly clean this door and its surroundings because I consider this area to be the dirtiest area within my home, and it should be because we use it at least 10 times per day. Before cleaning the eat-in table, I want to move it and the chair so I can clean this chandelier and the bulbs. I was eating breakfast earlier and I looked up and saw cobwebs. I shouldn't be surprised because the last time I cleaned this light fixture was last year, so it's long overdue. After cleaning it, we'll then clean the moldings around the door. I had to repaint this molding recently because I used a magic eraser on it and removed most of the paint. So now I use dish soap and water whenever I need to clean this area. Don't get me wrong, magic erasers are a great tool to use when you need to remove scuff marks and such on flat painted walls. But be careful and only use them on non-scratchable surfaces in shoes and walls without a high gloss or sheen. In my opinion, it has damaged those surfaces when used over time. Now listen, I still use magic erasers, but only to remove scuff marks off my flat painted walls. Here I'm folding me and hubby's towels and I place the boys' towels in the dryer. It's getting late and I still need to make my run to Walmart. So after we're done folding these towels and putting them away, then we'll do a quick sweep of the kitchen before heading to Walmart. I must have removed and replaced these bar stools at least 3 times today. I removed them earlier to dust the cabinet panels behind them, removed them again to sweep, and a third time to mop. Boy, did I not plan my cleaning steps very well today. At times I felt like I was all over the place, and it was because my marathon video was not downloading. By the way, if you haven't watched that video after this video, please go back and check it out. By doing so, it really supports the growth of my channel. I'm sure your weather has been just as unpredictable as ours. It was absolutely beautiful in South Atlanta last weekend and earlier in the week, but lately it's been cloudy with a sporadic chance of rain. Because of this weather change, I've had to sweep these floors in this eat-in area every day last week. But according to hubby, it could be worse because several states are still experiencing heavy bouts of snow. Before sweeping the rest of the kitchen floors, I want to use the Pledge Aftercare wood oil to clean this table. Since purchasing this table over 8 years ago, I've maintained it by cleaning it as often as possible and fixing the nicks as they occur. There is this one large scratch that hasn't been repaired because it's pretty deep and would require me to restain the entire table, which is not in the plans at this time. After sweeping these floors, we're going to take a quick trip to Walmart. I made a list of items needed and also decor items I think would look great in that one spot on the counter. By the way, if you're not using the Swiffer brand of cleaners, I suggest you check them out. I absolutely love the dusters, sweeping cloths, and wet pads. I haven't tried the Swiffer Power Mop Wood Mop Kit that was suggested. If you have tried it, leave a comment and let me know what you think. We're back from Walmart and I'm very proud of myself because I only purchased the items on the list and stayed on budget. Unfortunately though, I was unable to find any decor items that I liked. So I removed the charcuterie boards and placed them back in the cabinet. I also placed the KitchenAid stand mixer back on the counter. One day I may surprise you and decorate this kitchen twice or even 3 times per year versus only for Christmas. Remember the bread maker I mentioned earlier? I almost purchased it today, but had a long conversation in my head about how often I would actually use it. I must have said a few words out loud because a fellow customer said she makes her own bread by hand and I should give it a try before purchasing a bread maker. So I didn't purchase it today and decided I'll actually give it a try by hand. So wish me luck. I change the paper towels in these containers every time I refill them. By doing this, it prolongs the life of these vegetables and also reduces the chance of us ingesting bacteria from older vegetables previously stored. I didn't take my usual weekly trip to Sam's because I was too tired, but I could have saved some money by purchasing items like bread, butter, and eggs in bulk. But you know what? When I think about it, I did actually save money because if I had gone to Sam's, I would have purchased items that I really didn't need, like junk food. Restocking the kitchen and placing the hand soap in our linen closet, I remembered that the marathon video was still downloading. When I left home to go to Walmart, it was at 71%. And when I returned home, it was at 74%. That's when I realized it would not make the 12 p.m. deadline to upload today. Our kitchen has been deep cleaned and restocked, so the only thing left to do is to mop these floors. And of course, you know I'm using the Swiffer wet pads. So I removed my shoes and put on a comfortable pair of socks and got to work. Mopping these floors, I realized another mistake I made today, and that was moving the eat-in table back in its place. So of course I had to move it again in order to mop under it. So I decided when I'm done, I'm taking it easy for the rest of the day because it has been a long day. And remember what I said earlier about the bar stools? Here we go again. If you made it this far in the video, I want to thank you for watching Sissy Spaces. And as always, if you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like, subscribe button and share this channel with your family and friends. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.